All eyes will be focused on a cabinet meeting tomorrow that will be taking place with Benjamin Netanyahu's top team relating to a potential hostage exchange deal. We'll bring you all those updates as we get them. But we now stay in the Middle East, and Iran has threatened to strike US military bases across the region if nuclear negotiations collapse, just days before the next round of talks is set to begin. Defense Minister Aziz Nasirzadeh today said that all US bases are within our reach and we will boldly target them in host countries if conflict breaks out. Let's listen in to the full statement.
اونجا نکشه گفتگو به نتیجه برسه ولی اگر نرسه به ما درگیری تحمیل بشه قطعاً تلفات طرف مقابل بیشتر از ما خواهد بود و در اون صورت آمریکا باید منطقه رو ترک کنه چون تمام پایگاهاش در دسترس ماست. ما دستوری بهش داریم و بدون ملاحظه همه اونها را در کشورهای میزبان مورد هدف قرار خواهیم. واقعیت ما یک هفته پیش آزمایش یک موشک با موفقیت بسیار خوب با سر جنگی دوتا.
Well, the warning comes amid renewed tensions over Iran's uranium enrichment and missile program, which remain key sticking points in talks. While the US says talks will resume tomorrow, Tehran has confirmed Sunday as the start date, with negotiations expected in Oman. President Trump has repeatedly warned Iran of military consequences if no deal is reached, while Iran maintains its nuclear program is for civilian purposes. Well, joining us to discuss all of these developments is Raymond Vickery, former US Assistant Secretary of Commerce, who is joining us from Washington, D.C. Raymond, as always, thank you ever so much for being here. Iran have been very bold with what they've said, threatening US bases if a conflict is undertaken. How significant is this, and how might Trump react to such provocation?
Well, thanks, Joshua, very much for having me. Peace, war, has to be waged. It can't be just a real estate transaction, which President Trump is used to. And as we say in the U.S., chickens are coming home to roost from his transactional approach to this. There's no question that if Trump continues to say that he is going to resort to military action if he doesn't get his way, the Iranians, of course, are going to say, well, we're going to use military force and attack you as well. I think that this is basically a tit for tat kind of theatric for this. But the basic question is, how do you square the circle between Trump's rhetoric and the reality on the ground? He has said repeatedly that Iran must give up all of its enrichment. Iran, on the other hand, is saying, no, we have the right under international law to do enrichment for peaceful purposes. I think neither side really wants military action. Trump obviously has his hands full with each of the topics that you've been discussing: Gaza, China, Ukraine, and of course now the demonstrations in the United States. So going into a full-fledged war with Iran at this point is not in his interest. The problem, of course, is miscalculation on both sides. The idea that you can continue this kind of bluster is not right. Trump, I believe, if he were looking at it rationally, would see that what he did during his first administration, namely blowing up the agreement which had been reached with Iran, was the wrong approach. And now he can't admit that he has made a mistake, and we are in the kind of tit-for-tat sort of threats that you've just heard. But I do expect there's still going to be a rocking along of the kind of negotiation we've seen in the past, rather than an immediate resort to military action.
Yes, absolutely. And Raymond, just to put a full stop on our conversation, we highlighted in a visual a few moments ago while you were speaking the number of US soldiers and service people located in the region. Is this a potential safety concern, or is this just a case, as you've mentioned, of rhetoric and could be used as a tool in these negotiations which are coming up this week?
I think it's a tool in the negotiation. It is plain that U.S. service people are at risk, but the risks are universal in terms of this situation which has been created. President Trump likes chaos. He thinks in the end that he makes a deal and he comes out all right. But that hasn't proven to be the case, and we do not have the movement toward peace that is absolutely essential for building prosperity throughout the world. It seems to me that one of the things here is, what will Russia do? What will other actors? India has an interest in what happens with Iran. Russia will try to use this leverage for its own purposes. So this is not the way to seek peace, but it is the Trump pattern.
Yes, Raymond Vickery, thank you ever so much for joining us. We will, of course,